Today, 121 years ago, the steamship J.B. Ford was launched on December 12, 1903 in Lorain, Ohio for the Hawgood Fleet. And 1 year ago today, my Rush documentary was released, J.B. Ford, The Last Survivor Lost to Time. The J.B. Ford was a vessel of extreme historic significance when it comes to the maritime industry of the Great Lakes. Built as a run-of-the-mill turret steamer by the American Shipbuilding Company, she was one of literal hundreds of ships of similar dimensions, designs, and functions. However, unlike those hundreds of other vessels, she continued to survive intact and mostly original with only a few additions, not rebuilds, through her career. She survived multiple historic storms, being in the forefront of both the Mataafa blow and the White Hurricane in 1913. She had several collisions throughout her career, from barges and tugs like the Robert H. Hubbard to ocean-going vessels such as the Ulysses Reefer. She had a storied and long career as an active service steamship up until 1985, when her triple expansion steam engine was damaged by an engineer not ensuring the engine was free of water, which caused a cracked steam line to form. She would after this point be used as a floating cement silo for different port facilities across the Midwest. Her career would come to an end in 2006 when she was replaced by the larger and newer J.A.W. Iglehart to be the new cement silo. With this decision, the Ford became surplus tonnage, and so began the long fight to save her from the scrapyard by the Great Lakes Steamship Society, which is now defunct. They would, after years of compiling information, documenting some parts of the interior, and bringing awareness to the vessel, give up on her for the much newer St. Crapo, which was in better condition but was of much less historic significance. Once the Great Lakes Steamship Society gave up on saving the Ford, Lafarge sold her to the nearby Ascon scrapyard to break her up. She would end up sitting at this dock for years until in 2021, Ascon started cutting her up. For the most part, she retained all of her historic characters, retaining original furniture and fittings such as wood paneling and steam equipment, as well as her original 1903 triple expansion steam engine. For the most part, all of this would either be cut up and crushed for scrap or landfilled, Ascon going as far as lying about having certain parts of the vessel, whether it be wood paneling or the original 1903 chart table, which was used by her first captain James Jimmy Owen, who was a captain of the Henry B. Smith when she went down with all hands in 1913. Besides all of this, there was their failed salvage attempt of her engine, resulting in its total destruction, and as far as public knowledge goes, was too cut up and hauled to a steel mill. The same goes for her pilot house, which retained its wood paneling and most of its equipment. After several bids for it Ascon ignored, they ripped it down and knocked it into the cargo hold, destroying it and everything inside of it, resulting in it being for the most part landfilled, like most things aboard the vessel. As of now, all that remains of the J.B. Ford's legacy is a handful of artifacts and a few websites and videos here and there. Besides that, there's not much of historic note of her left. My interest in the Ford began in 2019 when I stumbled upon her in a Wikipedia article and was shocked to find out a vessel that old and that intact and that noteworthy was rotting at a scrapyard. I would, after making the discovery, follow news about her and slowly gain more and more of an interest in the vessel. This would all eventually snowball into a very, very short-lived attempt of mine to try and save the Ford long after the Great Lakes Steamship Society had given up. This would lead me away from my interest in ocean-going vessels almost entirely, and even mix up my career choice. From that point onward, I have the J.B. Ford to thank for getting me involved in much more local history, as well as helping me decide my future career in sailing. Without my discovery of the vessel, I cannot imagine where I would be right now. I would also like to again, 1 year later, thank the Great Lakes Steamship Society and the J.B. Ford Historic Survey for all the work they did in documenting and preserving as much of the J.B. Ford as they did, and I wish I could have helped. What you see right now is the last photo taken of the J.B. Ford. Shortly after this photo was taken, her bow was hauled ashore and cut up for scrap. The future pictures of her being chunks of machinery and piles of riveted steel. I'll end this video off with the only video of the Ford I ever took, about halfway through scrapping. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.